Welcome back to a brand new Fantasy League video today, guys. We're taking a look at the Game Week 13 lineup for my team. Now, before we talk about this current game week, it didn't go to plan. We had Robertson on the bench. We also had Chilwell on the bench. However, this week we made a transfer, as you can see right there in defense. We've got rid of Chilwell and we've gone for Cancelo. Now, I decided to keep Robertson in the team because I feel like he's going to play next week and they're playing Nottingham Forest away. And Nottingham Forest is quite a good game for keeping a clean sheet, in my opinion. And if we take a look at the actual lineup I've got a bit of a dilemma this week. Now, some of you guys might have the same dilemma, and that is Edison is playing against Brighton. However, Wolves are playing against Leicester. Now, Wolves have been struggling to score, and Leicester have kept a few clean sheets recently, notably at home. However, this time Leicester are away, and part of me wonders whether I can, minimize the risk of having no clean sheets with Man City by swapping in Ward instead of Edison, and then subsequently I've got one Man City defender, one Leicester defender, and both of them kind of look like good clean sheet prospects. Now, my other dilemma that I'm yet to sort out is going to come up in midfield there, Trossard. Trossard is playing against Man City. Brighton are struggling to score since they lost Graham Potter, and he hit the bar again this weekend. Like, Trossard is a great player, hit the bar. Also, Anthony hit the bar. A lot of my players are so close to scoring, but they're just not quite bagging them yet. So my dilemma is, if Brighton are struggling to score against the lower teams when they face Man City, who are going to have most of the ball, are they going to play well? Are they going to score? It's tough. Like, they could have a wild game and play well, like they beat Liverpool, drew with Liverpool 3-3. So there's always that hope. But I'm very tempted to put in Kurt Zouma there. Zuma in for Trossard and play a 4-3-3. And I'm also tempted to swap out Ward for Edison. So let me know about those two things down in the comments below. But yeah, my team lineup for this week is going to be Edison in goal, expecting a clean sheet. Same for Ben White, same for Andy Robertson, and same for Cancelo. I think there's really good clean sheet possibilities there. Ben White, super cheap, what a player. Andy Robertson, hopefully he plays. I think that he should do. Maybe he had a rest this last midweek game. Then coming into midfield, we've got Anthony, hit the post this week, played well, unlucky. Bowen, again, missed a penalty, man. I was unlucky this week. Bowen missed a pen. Unlike Bowen. Liverpool kind of shut West Ham out of the game. Penalty was on target, but it just was slightly wide. Then you've also got Saka, who had a great game midweek, but he's currently 50-50 chance of playing. So originally I thought about playing my bench boost for this week. However, with Saka unsure if he's playing or not, and the same for Nunes, but we'll come on to that in a second, I decided to withhold from my bench boost, and I will most likely wait for a double game week now. Also keeping Trossard in the team, but as I said, I'm tempted with rotation with Zuma there because I feel like he's got a better chance of getting some points, a clean sheet against Bournemouth. West Ham have been fairly solid at the back over the last few weeks. And then coming back on to the strikers, obviously Ivan Toney, I almost got rid of him recently. Then he didn't do anything this week, but the week before that he scored 2. I think he's hit or miss. He is scoring a few of those, so we're going to keep him in the team for now. Nunes, I'm really happy with him. He was my captain up until a few hours ago, because he's a 50-50 chance of playing. Klopp says that he took him off as a precaution. There's no injury. But obviously, I don't know, he's been very protective of this guy, so I don't know if it's worth taking the risk that Nunes might come on as a sub, given that Haaland is almost definitely going to start and everybody else is going to be captaining Haaland. Like, there's so much of a thing of, sometimes you just can't afford to take the risk of being different from other people. Differentials are great, but when it's something like Haaland playing at home, who scored quite a few hat-tricks recently at home, the differential risk is so high, and I've been punished twice out of the 3 hat-tricks. So if Nunes was fully fit, I haven't learned my lesson. I'd take the risk again. But the fact that he's not quite fit, and Haaland is honestly on a bit of a beast sometimes, isn't he? City are fresh, rested. They're going to come back with vengeance after the Liverpool game. So I genuinely think that I'm going to have to keep Haaland as captain. However, if Nunes is tempting, man, it's tempting. And then on the bench, we got, as you can see, quite an expensive bench there, 17.6 million. All of these players play. That's why I was tempted to play my bench boost. So my normal strat is to have like maybe 1 or 2 players on the bench to play, and then the last player can just be a super cheap 3-pointator. So it would probably free me up about another 0.7 million. However, in this case, I just don't think that rotation's good basically for me right now, and I am tempted to play my bench boost, but as I said, the 2 players injured, I can't really do it. However, post the World Cup, when I wildcard my squad again, it might not be this balanced basically. Pereira is actually such a great player. I do want to find a way to fit him into my team somehow, but it's tough. I do like the Zuma rotation, especially with Ben White and even Liverpool for that matter, because they haven't necessarily been the best defensively this year. So I might keep that with a little fixture rotation going on. And the same for Dan Burn and Newcastle. Newcastle kept a lot of clean sheets, and I think it's what recently they have. And I think for me, it's about fixture balancing. Cancelo's always got to play. Edison and Ward. Edison's normally going to play, but I think, again, for me, getting Cancelo back instead of Chilwell is mainly a differential thing. Like, I can't afford the risk of not having Cancelo. I could be tempted to swap Edison to someone, maybe like Chelsea, but we'll see later down the line. How did I get on this week? You see, okay, guys, right, I'm on a mission to improve my Fantasy League ranking, and that mission has started a few days ago. So I'm currently 3.5 million in the world. Yep, no applause needed. I know it's very average, literally bang average. I got 39 points this week. I had 2 players that didn't play. My captain came off early, but he did score. So I made the right captaincy choice. And our overall point score of 606 sees me rather average with a 1 transfer this game week. This isn't my game week dream team. It's 83.6 million on the pitch and a 17.6 million on the bench. And again, I look at my midfield and, man, Saka's been great for me, but the rest of the midfield are pretty much wild cards at this point. Like Trossard, he's fallen off, but I got him back instead of Maddison, although I'd be very tempted to get Maddison back, to be honest, depending on how Leicester play next game with him. Bowen, I got him in for the fixtures, but he needs to deliver something very soon. And Anthony, since I got him in, he hasn't scored, but he scored on the first 3 game weeks of the season. So it really is a midfield scrap right now. Up front, I'm fairly happy with it. Everyone's playing quite well. You can't afford not to have Haaland. Tony does the old business. Nunes is very good. I'd maybe look at, I don't know, doubling up on defence going forward. But yeah, that's my team. That's my lineup for Game Week 13. It's going to be a very interesting one. Let me know what you guys have got in your team, your captains. And the midfield could very much need some work going forward. Fulham play really well. Zaha is a player who I do want to get. I think he's playing great. Same for Eze. Eze's a baller, but again, Zaha, you have to go for Zaha. It makes more rational sense to go for Zaha, given his returns. So there's, a few tough fixtures here. Maybe, yeah, we're going to see how it goes, man. We're going to see how it goes. But thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this Game Week 13 lineup. Definitely leave a like, subscribe down below if you're enjoying this Fantasy League content. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care, guys. Thank you. I'm going to screenshot this for the thumbnail right now. Bash.